We've all been taught that the more effort we put in, the more results we'll see. But what if that's not always true? What if trying too hard actually holds us back? This paradox is rooted in ancient philosophies like Taoism and even modern psychological research. Alan Watts, a 20th century philosopher, expanded on this idea with his backwards law, which states, "The more you pursue something, the more you reinforce the fact that you lack it." Watts argued that our obsessive striving often leads to the opposite of what we desire. For example, chasing happiness can make us acutely aware of our dissatisfaction, just as trying too hard to relax can create even more tension. A simple but relatable example of this is trying to fall asleep. When you focus intensely on needing to sleep, your body becomes more alert, your mind races, and sleep seems even further away. The harder you try, the more elusive it becomes. However, when you let go of the effort, when you relax your mind and body and allow the process to take care of itself, you drift off naturally. Many artists, writers, and innovators report breakthroughs not during moments of intense effort, but during times of rest and reflection. Consider Albert Einstein, who often credited his greatest insights to moments of relaxation rather than relentless problem solving. Similarly, the poet Rainer Maria Rilke emphasized the importance of patience, writing, "Try to love the questions themselves, like locked rooms. Do not now seek the answers, which cannot be given to you because you would not be able to live them." Creativity thrives in the space we create by letting go. When we stop trying to force ideas, inspiration emerges naturally, like flowers blooming in their own time. As mentioned earlier, the harder you try to sleep, the harder it becomes. Letting go of the effort allows your body's natural rhythms to take over, leading to restful sleep. Professional athletes often speak about entering a flow state where performance feels effortless and almost automatic. This state is rarely achieved by trying harder. Instead, it emerges when they relax into the moment. In the corporate world, leaders who delegate and empower their teams rather than micromanaging every detail often see better results. By stepping back, they allow creativity and collaboration to flourish. Letting go of the need to control outcomes in relationships often leads to deeper connections. When we stop trying so hard to be understood and instead focus on understanding others, true intimacy unfolds. The wisdom is clear. Life's most profound moments often come when we let go of the need to control. The butterfly lands when you stop chasing it. The river flows effortlessly to the sea. The magic of life unfolds when you trust it to do so. As you move through your day, remember, less force, more flow. That's where the magic happens. The paradox of effort is not just a concept for grand achievements or philosophical reflection. It applies to the most ordinary moments of our lives. From small tasks to life's biggest challenges, letting go allows us to experience life with greater ease and clarity. Take problem solving, for example. Have you ever struggled to recall a word or solve a puzzle, only to have the solution suddenly come to you while doing something unrelated? This phenomenon demonstrates how our subconscious mind works best when it isn't overwhelmed by pressure. Similarly, when faced with a difficult decision, stepping back and giving yourself time often leads to more thoughtful and intuitive choices. Even in the mundane act of decluttering, we find a metaphor for letting go. By releasing items we no longer need, we make space for what truly matters. The same principle applies to emotional and mental clutter. When we let go of overthinking, past regrets, or future anxieties, we create room for peace and creativity to emerge. Buddhism, for instance, teaches the concept of non-attachment. At its core, non-attachment is about releasing our grasp on desires and expectations that lead to suffering. The Buddha said, You only lose what you cling to. By relinquishing our need to control outcomes, we free ourselves from unnecessary pain and open up to the present moment. Modern psychology and neuroscience also affirm the power of letting go. Studies show that chronic stress and overexertion activate the brain's fight or flight response, narrowing our focus and reducing creativity. Conversely, relaxation stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, allowing our minds and bodies to function at their best. Meditation is one of the most effective practices for cultivating this state. By sitting quietly and letting go of intrusive thoughts, we train our minds to experience the present moment without judgment or resistance. This practice aligns beautifully with the teachings of philosophers like Alan Watts, who viewed meditation as a way to embrace life's flow and surrender the illusion of control. One of the most transformative applications of this paradox is in relationships. How often do we try to control how others perceive us or force outcomes in our connections with others? This effort often leads to tension, misunderstanding, and even conflict. When we let go of these controlling tendencies and focus instead on being present and authentic, relationships naturally deepen. As Rumi wrote, "Try not to resist the changes that come your way. Instead, let life live through you." This wisdom applies beautifully to relationships. By surrendering to the natural ebb and flow of connection, we create the conditions for love, trust, and understanding to flourish. When we stop trying so hard, the magic doesn't just unfold, it transforms how we see and experience life. What once felt like a struggle becomes an opportunity for growth. What once seemed elusive becomes attainable. This shift allows us to embrace life not as something to be conquered, but as something to be savored. Consider gardening as a metaphor. You plant the seeds, water them, and tend to the soil, but beyond that, you must allow nature to take its course. You cannot force a flower to bloom faster. It unfolds in its own time, under the right conditions. Similarly, our lives flourish most beautifully when we balance effort with patience and trust. For example, how often have you experienced a moment of accidental brilliance when you weren't even trying? Maybe you were brainstorming for a work project and the best idea came while you were taking a walk. Or perhaps you met someone life-changing, not because you were actively searching, but because you happened to be in the right place at the right time. These moments remind us that magic unfolds not just through effort, but through alignment with life's flow. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the depths of existence. Your curiosity and willingness to explore these profound ideas are what keep this community alive. If this video resonated with you, we encourage you to take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. By doing so, you not only help us grow, but also join a collective of thinkers and seekers dedicated to understanding life's mysteries. Remember, every step you take toward reflection and understanding brings us closer to uncovering the truths that connect us all. Until next time, stay curious, stay reflective, and keep exploring existence.